Very warm morning to one and all present here. This is Abhilasha from Layal Public School, and I am your social science teacher. So, kids, in our previous class, we started our chapter understanding marginalization from your civics textbook. Okay, so in our previous chapter, in our previous class, we got to know about marginalization. What is marginalization? And after that, we have gone through the conversation of a grandfather and his grand children, and they were Adivasis, and we talked about it. They told us, the grandfather told them about his younger age, or about his childhood days, when he was when he lived near the surroundings of forest in Odisha. Okay, so now our today's term is, who are Adivasis? Adivasis, the term literally means original inhabitants. It means original inhabitants, communities who lived and often continue to live in close association with forests. So Adivasi is a term which literally means original inhabitants, जो ओरिजिनली उस जगह के रहने वाले हैं, उनको हम उसके लिए ये आदिवासी टर्म जो है यूज किया जाता है. सो इट मीन्स द कम्युनिटीज who lived and often continue to live in close association with forest. They are known as Adivasis or scheduled tribes. In our constitution, they are in many official documents. We use the term scheduled tribes for these communities. Okay, so tribals are also referred to as Adivasis. In one of our history chapter, we talked about tribals, daikus, and the vision of a golden age. We talked about it. So tribals, the other name for tribals is Adivasi, which means original inhabitant, and they are the communities who live in near the forest, or maybe in the forest. Okay, so around 8% of India's population is Adivasi, and many of India's most important mining and industrial centers are located in Adivasi areas. Jamshedpur, Rourkela, Bokaro, and Bhilai, among others. These are the cities from झारखंड, वेस्ट बंगाल, छत्तीसगढ़, उड़ीसा. ओके, तो वहां की ये कुछ सिटीज हैं. एंड नॉर्मली जो ये आदिवासी पॉपुलेशन है, वेयर दे लिव नियर द माइनिंग एंड इंडस्ट्रियल एरियाज. ओके, Adivasis are not a homogeneous population. There are over 500 different Adivasi groups in India. So, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है when we refer to Adivasi, it means it doesn't mean they are following same rituals. They are wearing same types of clothes or speaking same type of language. No, it doesn't mean that. They are not a homogeneous people. They are heterogeneous population. They are heterogeneous people. Over 500 different Adivasi groups. 500 different Adivasi groups are there in India. Adivasis are particularly numerous in states like Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Andhra Pradesh, West Bengal, and in the northeastern states of Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Tripura. Okay, normally we found Adivasis in various states, especially most of the tribal groups are living in the surrounding forests of Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, and Madhya Pradesh, and Odisha also. But we found them we found them in Gujarat, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, and in some northeastern states also. A state like Odisha is home to more than 60 different tribal groups. Yes, 60 different tribal groups live in Odisha. Adivasi societies are also most distinctive because there is often very little hierarchy among them. They are very different. Why they are very different? Because there is no chain, no order among them. Hierarchy, what is hierarchy? Hierarchy means something which is in order, something, a system, or you can say organization that has many levels, for example from lowest to the highest, that is known as hierarchy. Okay, जब हम किसी भी चीज को order में रखते हैं, ठीक है, कि ये एक ऑर्डर, एक चेन चल रही होती है, ठीक है, नो, दे आर वेरी डिस्टिंक्टिव, दे आर वेरी डिफरेंट, बिकॉज देयर इज ऑफन वेरी लिटिल हायरार्की अमंग देम, ठीक है, चेन्स हमें देखने को नहीं मिलती है. दिस मेक्स देम रेडिकली डिफरेंट फ्रॉम कम्युनिटीज organized around principles of jati vard. Jati vard is the term here used for caste, ठीक है, or those that were ruled by kings. This makes them radically different. What do you mean by radically different? Radically different means you can say originally they are very different, या फिर हम हिंदी में radically का हिंदी ट्रांसलेशन होता है मूल रूप से, ठीक है, in extremely manner, yes, extremely they are different from communities that were organized by upper caste system, that were organized by the principles of caste system, or those who were those that were ruled by the kings. जो kings वगैरह ने जो जाति वर्ण कास्ट जाति वर्ण के प्रिंसिपल्स के अकॉर्डिंग, या फिर किंग्स वगैरह ने जो भी रूल किया है और उन कम्युनिटीज को बनाया, उनसे काफी डिफरेंट है ये कम्युनिटीज. ओके, so look here. You may have heard the term scheduled tribes. Scheduled tribes is the term used for Adivasis used by the Indian government in various official documents. In our constitution also these tribes are listed as scheduled tribes. There are so many scheduled tribes, scheduled tribe communities in India, and in our communities these are the communities, these tribes are the communities that are listed in our constitution. Who are those Adivasi group, or who are those communities who come under this scheduled tribe thing? So there is an official list of tribes. Scheduled tribes are often grouped together with scheduled castes in the category scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. Okay, normally we often like group together with scheduled caste, and उनको किस कैटेगरी में डाल देते हैं, scheduled caste and scheduled tribes की कैटेगरी जो होती है, नॉर्मली उनको साथ में बोला जाता है. Okay, so Adivasis practice a range of tribal religions that are different from Islam, Hinduism and Christianity. These three are the most most following religion in the world, and इनका जो practice है, जो tribal के जो ये religion है, काफी different है इन तीनों ही concept से. इस्लाम, हिंदुइज्म और क्रिश्चियनिटी के जो beliefs हैं इनसे काफी different है. These often involve the worship of ancestors. जो हमारे forefathers हैं, जो हमारे पूर्वज हैं, उनकी worship ये करते हैं. Village and nature spirits. Village and nature मतलब normally they worship nature, ठीक है, जो आपके village और natural spirits है. Spirits soul को कहा गया है, आत्मा को कहा गया है. Last associated with and residing in various sites in the landscape. Mountain spirits, river spirits, animal spirits. Normally what they to whom they worship nature, their ancestors, and nature. Okay, the village spirits are often worshipped at specific sacred groves. Means trees. Okay, group of trees, or trees के लिए word use किया गया है groves, within the village boundary, while the ancestral ones are usually worshipped at home. सो नॉर्मली जो विलेज स्पिरिट्स है कहाँ पे वर्शिप किया जाता है, एट स्पेसिफिक सेक्रेड ग्रोव्स, ठीक है। जैसे नॉर्मली हमारे यहाँ पे बहुत राजस्थान में हमारी हम जो बहुत सारी पूजाएं और करते हैं, देखने को मिलता है कि खेजड़ी में करते हैं, खेजड़ी के ट्री को जाके हम जो उनको पूजा करते हैं। तो जस्ट लाइक दैट वो भी कोई एक सेक्रेड जो भी पवित्र ट्री मानते हैं, उस उन पे जाके वो क्या करते हैं, पूजा अर्चना करते हैं, वर्शिप करते हैं। और जो एंसेस्ट्रल जो फोर फादर्स की जो वर्शिप है वो कहाँ करते हैं, नॉर्मली अपने घर पे। Additionally, Adivasis have always been influenced by different surrounding religions like Shakta, Buddhist, Vaishnav, Bhakti, and Christianity. Yes, Adivasis too have been influenced by these religions, ठीक है। Christianity, Buddhist, Vaishnav, Bhakti और शक्ता से भी ये काफी influence हुए हैं। Simultaneously, Adivasi religions themselves have influenced dominant religions of the empires around them. For example, the Jagannath cult of Odisha and Shakti and Tantric traditions in Bengal and Assam. ठीक है, some of Adivasis religions like they influenced by the dominant religions of the empires, मतलब जो उनके आसपास के जो empires थे और वहाँ के जो dominant religions थे उनसे काफी influenced हुआ है। And if we take an example, take the example of the Jagannath cult. Cult is the term for the religion, you can say a particular type of the followers of any particular religion, ठीक है, उनके लिए जो है कल्ट यूज किया गया है। सो उड़ीसा का जो जगन्नाथ कल्ट है और जो बंगाल और असम का बंगाल एंड असम का शक्ति एंड तांत्रिक ट्रेडिशन है, उनसे काफी इन्फ्लुएंस हुए हैं। During the 19th century, a substantial number of Adivasis converted to Christianity, which has emerged as a very important religion in modern Adivasi history. Okay, और 19th century में हम अब देखो relate this thing to the chapters from history book. उस टाइम पे देखो ब्रिटिशर्स आए हुए थे, काफी मॉडर्नाइजेशन आ रहा था, एंड ब्रिटिशर्स what they promised to the Indians, they were promising कि if you convert your religion to Christianity, we will give back your ancestral property to you guys. Okay, so maybe this was one of the reason many of the Adivasis converted their religion to the Christianity. ठीक है, अब relate कीजिए इस चीज को। So Adivasis have their own languages and most of them radically different from and possibly as old as संस्कृत, ठीक है। कुछ जो लैंग्वेजेस है वो संस्कृत से भी काफी पुरानी है, या संस्कृत जितनी ही पुरानी है। संस्कृत इज द ओल्डेस्ट लैंग्वेज इन द वर्ल्ड, और जो संस्कृत से भी पुरानी लैंग्वेज जो है, इसमें बोला गया है कि संस्कृत से भी पुरानी लैंग्वेज है जो कुछ आदिवासी कम्युनिटीज बोलते हैं, which have often deeply influenced the formation of mainstream Indian languages like Bengali. ठीक है, अब obviously what is the meaning of mainstream? Mainstream means something which most of the people follow, ठीक है, जिसको most of the people जिसे follow करते हैं उसको बोलते हैं mainstream, ठीक है। अब जैसे नॉर्मली जो है लोग बहुत सारे लोग जो है, इफ वी टॉक अबाउट द एरियाज ऑफ वेस्ट बंगाल, झारखंड एंड उड़ीसा वगैरह, तो वहां पे नॉर्मली लोग जो है बंगाली बोलते हैं, मेजॉरिटी ऑफ पीपल जो है बंगाली बोलते हैं। तो वहां पे जो है वो काफी डिफरेंट थी, ये जो आदिवासी कम्युनिटी की जो लैंग्वेज थी वो काफी डिफरेंट थी, और काफी लोग जो है जो मेन स्ट्रीम लैंग्वेज थी उससे भी इन्फ्लुएंस होके क्या कर रहे थे, वो उनकी खुद की लैंग्वेजेस बना रहे थे। Santhali has the largest number of speakers and has a significant body of publications, including magazines on the internet or in e-zines. Okay, so now Santhali, most people speak Santhali, and it is one of the most, it has a important body of publications, ठीक है। वो magazines जो हैं उस language में publish करते हैं, और even जो स्पेशली इंटरनेट पे वो जो है पब्लिश होती है, और इसके लिए जो टर्म यूज हुआ है वो हुआ है e-zines. Adivasis and stereotyping. Now, what is the relationship between Adivasi and stereotyping? First of all, understand the meaning stereotype. What is the meaning of stereotype? Stereotype means something which we like we you can say when we make a statement or when we think something will be done like this only, that is known as stereotyping. जैसे कि for example like if there is a girl, हम एक पहले से ही क्या है एक थिंकिंग बना लेते हैं तो कि उसे पिंक कलर पसंद होगा या फिर उसे डॉल्स से खेलना पसंद होगा, और बॉयज के लिए हम बोलते हैं कि उसे ब्लू कलर पसंद होगा, गाड़ियों से खेलना उसे पसंद होगा। तो नॉर्मली ये जो हम पहले से थिंकिंग बना लेते हैं ना, तो उसको क्या बोलते हैं, स्टीरियोटाइपिंग बोलते हैं। ठीक है, इट इज अ टाइप ऑफ प्रेजुडिस, बट द बेसिक डिफरेंस बिटवीन द स्टीरियोटाइपिंग एंड प्रेजुडिस इज स्टीरियोटाइपिंग मे बी negative or positive both, but prejudice is always it is always negative, वो हमेशा negative रहता है। It refers to the negative aspects of the negative aspects of our stereotyping। ठीक है, और stereotyping जो है अब दोनों ही हो सकती है, negative as well as positive। ठीक है, चाहे वो negative in which sense अगर वुमेन का केस लेते हैं तो नेगेटिव इन द सेंस ऑफ इमोशनल, ठीक है, कि बहुत ज्यादा इमोशनल होगी, बहुत ज्यादा इसी से खेलना पसंद होगा, और पॉजिटिव में कि नर्चरिंग के बेसिस पे हम ले सकते हैं, या कि उसके जो एट्रीब्यूट उसकी जो नर्चरिंग हुई है, ठीक है, उसको हम पॉजिटिव एस्पेक्ट में भी ले सकते हैं, पर जो बेसिकली प्रेजुडिसेस होते हैं वो नेगेटिव एस्पेक्ट होता है। ठीक है, सो नाउ व्हाट इज द रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन आदिवासी एंड स्टीरियोटाइपिंग? इन इंडिया वी यूजुअली शोकेस आदिवासी communities in particular ways. Thus, during school functions or other official events or in books and movies, Adivasis are invariably portrayed in very stereotypical way, in colorful costumes, headgear, and through their dances. Besides this, we seem to know very little about the realities of their lives. This often wrongly leads to people believing that they are exotic, primitive, and backward. Often Adivasis are blamed for their lack of advancement, as they are believed to be resistant to change or new ideas. So you will remember that you read in class 6th book how stereotyping particular communities can lead to people discriminating against such groups. Now basically what is in our previous in the previous conversation also, आदिवासी को जो एक रिपब्लिक डे जो परेड चल रही थी उसमें आदिवासी को कैसे शो कर रखा था कि दे वर इन लाइक कलरफुल ड्रेस, कैसे पोर्ट्रे किया हुआ था, कलरफुल ड्रेस में है वो, हेडगियर पहने हुए और डांस कर रहे हैं। तो बट खाली आदिवासी कम्युनिटी या इवन हम भी अगर हम सोचे ना आदिवासी टर्म आता है तो हमारे लाइक दिमाग में वही आता रहता है, जिंगा लाला हु वाली बात ही आती रहती है कि आदिवासी है तो वो वही करते हैं। नहीं, हम उनकी लाइफ के बारे में इन रियलिटी वी नो लाइक वेरी लिटिल अबाउट देयर रियलिटीज। ठीक है, हम उनके लाइफ के बारे में बहुत ही कम चीजें जानते हैं। we feel they are like very exotic. Now what is exotic? Exotic means something which is very different, which is very unusual. ठीक है, they are like very unusual, having different cultures, or they are like very different from us. We feel like that. People को लगता है वो हमसे काफी अलग है. They are like very exotic, very primitive, very backward. ठीक है, इवन बहुत सारे लोग जो है आदिवासी को किस लिए ब्लेम करते हैं कि वो जो है न्यू आइडियाज को जो है या चेंजेस को एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर पाते हैं इजीली, उनका जो एडवांसमेंट नहीं हो सकता है। बट somehow it is true also, but like obviously if we are stereotyping any community, or if you are stereotyping these community, we are what we are doing, we are discriminating with these people. Okay, so now in our next class we will discuss about Adivasi and development and further topics related to this chapter. So this is all about today. Thank you.